Good morning, everybody. We awakened to another snowstorm that's winding up to blow into the, I guess, the northeast eventually, but track probably north of the Mason-Dixon line, and bring more snow to the northeast and cold temperatures. Winter is still with us. We've got news today. We have news tomorrow, and we have news on Friday. And tomorrow's ECB meeting and the official start of their QE program. So that will be watched to see the magnitude of that program. It's supposed to be, I think, $60 billion per month. That's the expectation. Today we have the ADP number, looking for 220. And this number, back summer before the 2012 election, they decided to start doing their numbers the way the Bureau of Labor Statistics do. So over time, these two numbers are probably going to correlate pretty well. We have markets PMI today at 56.8, and I think their numbers are probably a little less cooked than or skewed or swayed than ISM's. People are starting to pay attention to them, but they don't have the clout that ISM numbers do. The ISM service number today is 56.5. And then the release of the Beige Book this afternoon. And the Beige Book could counter today's ADP number and Friday's non-farm payroll number. So we have pretty good news today. First focus will be the ADP number, then the second will be ISM services, then third will be the Beige Book. So we're in a situation where the market could see some stabilization just because of the news in the trading range. So as I look at this structurally, we've got this 27.8 to 12 area is probably where resistance is right now. Probably have pretty good support at 20 to 24 as far as the numbers go. And the first area we have to negotiate would be 27 even. And then we have this tail up here. So the first resistance area, first sell is 31 to 03, followed by 7 to 11. On the buy side, we've been trying to buy it cheaper and having to pay the other numbers. So our 25 to 21 will be buy one. And then 13 to 17 will be buy two. And this ADP number right here could influence the levels. So my guess is we'll probably end up with a trading range due to Friday's non-farm payroll numbers, tomorrow's ECB announcement, and this afternoon's Beige Book. Okay, we're gonna. One of the things that you really have to understand is how do you split distributions. So today, I'm going to make a little film on that one after 10 o'clock update. We'll do it then and help new people visiting the rooms. If you don't know how to split distributions, if you don't know how to organize the data, the profile will remain an enigma to you. It's not difficult to do, but it's key to do. As it's key, the skew of volume to time is key. And right now, when you look at this, you can see that volume is above time. And that favors a retest resistance and or higher. And we've got this double print right here. So right at 31, we'll see what happens. And this is the key volume level. As long as we stay below this volume at 9.5, the market can trade lower. Okay, looking at the 30-year, a great contract to trade, and you can't forget this. It is a good contract trading. Put a lot of money in your account, and quite often you'll find you can make more money in the 30-year on a day-in, day-out basis than you can on the E-mini because of volatility. And that's not many contracts can do that for you. Okay, in the 30-year, we've got basically 59.12. Got this little break base at 159. So 31 to 03, sell 1. And 7 to 11, sell 2. And again, I think the market's held in check by the ADP number. The ADP number, if as forecast, is not supported for financials. So first buy at 13 to 17, then 5 to 9. Okay, the United States, and the only thing I found, I don't see how the United States can raise interest rates when you get right down to it, because anytime they talk about doing it, they're one bright spot in the economy, and the one that's actually gaining and growing is the stock market, the stock indexes. But the one story I've heard that's a little that has some plausibility is that the ECB has started their QE. Japan has already been doing their by basically saying they'll buy any bond that the Treasury issues. Bank of Japan will. So the United States might be able to do interest rate rises to if the world, after they do that, if the world starts to slow down again, they would be in a position to start QE, I guess 5, or a new round of doing that. So that story has, if you're strategizing and game playing, that makes sense. Okay, right now we're building value or volume at the 1208 level. Pretty clearly are rejecting prices below 1200. So 1200, 1202. I think the ADP number, this has been pretty good support. You can see across. I think the ADP number might take us a little lower. So we'll make 1200 plus or minus area to take a look at, but again, back into this high volume area at 95 to 97. Now, the reason the high volume areas slow down activity without news is that people that are profitable on a move out of a high volume area will put a break-even stop plus a tick to the cost of commissions. Those that have been on the wrong side of the market from the move out of the high volume area, when you get back to that high volume area, will scratch the trend. So you usually have the most resting limit buys or sells a tick inside this high volume number. That's why that's the dynamic that makes them act as resistance and support the first time hit. About 25% you can of the time they will be rejected quickly and you get yourself a good trade. It's the safest place to have a resting limit buy or sell in the entire structure, again, without news. Takes news to blow those things over the first time you hit them. Okay, resistance is at 8 to 10. That's our first sell. And at 13 to 15 where we were yesterday. Basically in the 15 area. First buy is 1200 plus or minus. It is where support is. I think a little bit deeper, like the 95, 97 area as a buy because it is a high volume number. Okay, the euro is being run down into the start of the ECB's QE1, and the number expected is 60 billion per month. Now, they don't know what the composition of sovereign debt to the rest of the debt will be, so they'll be looking at the really be scrutinizing what they're buying. So this 82 area, the 80 area, the 60 area, right in here, you can see we have these pretty clean breaks in this 60 area. The last rotate up is 40, so 40 to 50, sell 1. And then our 60 to 70, we'll make it 65 to 75 for sell too. Pick up more of these little spots across there. On the buy side, 111 even to 10, buy one. Let them get stops beneath the buck, then 75 will be buy two. But into a significant announcement or significant meeting, the big guys, the big players will generally run a market down or up based on their expectations for that piece of news. And we've said all along that nothing the European Central Bank does, with or without QE, one will save the euro from going lower. The European Union and the European Central Bank want the euro lower so they can increase their exports. Okay, looking at crude. Crude is flirting again with resistance in this 51.25, 51.25. It's where we are. We may have rejected prices, so that is resistance. 51.25. Sell one. If we get through that, we'll make it 51.75, 52. On the buy side, we've had pretty buying below 50. That is a round number. We're currently at 50.91, so 50 to 25, buy one. Stops below 50, 49.75, 50 for buy two. Okay, the E-mini suffered a little bit overnight. Today's ADP number would be supportive. It comes in at 220,000. Friday's non-farm payroll right now, the numbers seeing is 230. That would be supportive, showing job growth. It also means that these numbers come in like this, that Janet Yellen can raise interest rates. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's good for the economy, but it may end the Fed's, or on paper it should end the Fed's support for the market. Don't count that. Don't count on that. See, Target is laying off thousands was the headline. I mean, anybody out there that looks at vacant commercial space all over town, that looks at the layoffs, Wichita just lost 1,000 high-paying jobs from Bombardier. We've lost them with Raytheon, with Beach. We've lost them with Boeing Military. I mean, certain sectors of the economy can do well, like airlines and the rest of it. And high-tech is doing pretty good right now. Alibaba, that great big IPO last fall, China's newest billionaire, being caught for stuffing, creating numbers out of thin air to boost the revenue, support the revenue projections. Facebook, our country, gets caught all the time pumping their numbers. It's real easy to come in and manipulate, and so we're in this. Nothing really feels comfortable. I mean, you can't really count on things. You really question what in the hell's going on these days. Probably the best resistance again is still in the 10 to 15 area right now. Resistance starts at 3, capped at 5. So 4 to 5 would be our first sell, and it may take a 2100 to 2102. We'll just have to see how the ADP number. I think the ADP number is strong enough that we can get back up and get another look at the 2105. And then 9 to 11 will be sell too. After the ADP number, we'll come in and adjust. Support is at 95. So 95, 97 is where support is. And again, we'll have to look at the ADP number, and then at 90, 92. So we'll have to make an adjustment here. I believe in 13. I think it comes out at 45 on the hour. I'll have to. Slips my mind right now. It's got to take about 20 minutes to get everything up and posted. I'm going to do that. I think you're right, Nancy. I have to go check that. I'll put it in the room. 8:15, I think you're right. And I'll be back up as soon as I can. We'll have comments after the ADP number. Thank you, Jeff. 8:15 it is, folks.